So idea number 20 is to take your digital PDF and post it on your website in kind of a newsletter archive. And so what you want to do here is not create one separate page for every newsletter you've ever produced, but really just create maybe a page that's, mydomain.com/newsletter archive, and then each new newsletter gets posted there, generally with the most recent one on top. Then what you want to do is take that page and make it easily accessible from your home page or from your main navigation, so that it says newsletter archive, click here, and people can go back and read all of your back issues. One of the things that a lot of people don't know is that search engines now actually do read the text inside PDF documents. So just by attaching this document to your website, it actually gives search engines a whole bunch of additional text to crawl, and you actually have the possibility of your PDF coming up as a search result if it matches somebody's search query. So the search engines are actually able to crawl inside your PDFs, so go ahead and put them all in a newsletter archive. Okay, idea number 21 is to attach your PDF to a press release. Now, I could do an entire series on the use of press releases in marketing, but if you're already using press releases or thinking about it, many press release services offer a place where you can attach a document. Sometimes attaching a coupon as your one document is a great idea, but if you don't have anything else to attach, then you should definitely attach your newsletter. And some press release services will actually allow you to attach multiple documents. So if you're already involved in press releases, make sure you use that optional area to attach your newsletter. All right, so that brings us up to number 22, which is actually the final digital idea for the day. And that is to submit your PDF to document sharing sites. One of the better known ones is a site like slideshare.net, and it's a place where you can create an account, you can upload your newsletter, and then every month when you produce a new one, you can upload the newsletters there for broader distribution. There's actually many different document sharing sites. That's just an example of one, and there are services where you can submit once and they'll kind of distribute it or create all your accounts and distribute it to all those services, so that may be something to look into. Okay, so to recap a couple of things we talked about in the digital section, I would really break it into two separate parts. So you have your digital PDF, and there are outbound things that you're doing, which is basically emailing it to people. So I'm intentionally sending it to you. And then there are kind of wait and see, just building my archive, building my repository kind of strategies, and that includes, posting to your website, putting it on document sharing sites. And so that's really the two ways to think about those digital approaches. One is kind of the intentional, I'm emailing it out to people, and of course the more people you add to your subscriber list, the better. And the other is, just diligently posting something new every month, until you have this massive archive of newsletters. And, people hit your archive page and they're like, wow, they have like 60 newsletters going back 5 years. So the key to success with all of that is consistency. So consistency in sending out the emails, consistency in adding things to your archive. And that's usually where people fall down is, the first 60 to 90 days of a newsletter project is going great. The first issue is fabulous. The second issue is probably on time. The third issue starts to get a little bit delayed. The fourth issue may or may not ever happen. So this may sound familiar to you because we've had many people say, I've made a New Year's resolution, or, I went to an event and I'm committed to creating this monthly newsletter and I was off to a great start, and then life happens and the newsletter isn't a priority and it falls by the wayside. So again, we've wanted to make this course entirely generic. These strategies will work with any newsletter, whether you create it yourself, purchase it from us, purchase it from another provider. But I really want to emphasize the consistency aspect. So, by signing up for a service, you know that you're going to get it every month, and it's just like, you know, signing up for lawn mowing. You know, if you know somebody's coming every week to mow your lawn, it's different than if you say, you know, I'll get to it, but then it just kind of falls by the wayside because something else more important comes up. So lots of great digital strategies. I hope you'll join us for the next course in the series. We're going to be talking about content remixes. And the remix portion will also be heavily in the digital realm, so other things that you can do with the content to remix it into video formats and audio formats and picture formats to basically get more mileage out of that same newsletter. So again, really the theme for this initial part of the training is getting the most mileage out of one newsletter, because then if you create it and you get, you know, tons of mileage out of it across print and digital and video and audio and all these other channels, then you'll really see the value in creating it in the first place. So we'll see you for the remix course next.